What was your favorite Capilano moment?
I had to say not a moment, but more of a concept, and it's the creation of the Klahani Park facility. Over the 50 years, the three of us have seen many teams and clubs disappear, okay? From money, demographics, and because of facilities. And the creation of this place, and the successive waves of people helping to build it and go further, has definitely created the foundation for us and for rugby, and has put us, the Capilanos, on the Canadian map. It's not a moment, but it's a concept.
Going the battle on Saturdays, and knowing that you're going together with your brothers, and it was just fun. I mean, I don't think many people have experienced that, like, you know, playing with your brothers and with family right beside each other, and have to work basically really close together to be successful.
Mine would probably be the first Brownsville Cup, being on the sideline. Being there a few times before and not winning it, but that day when we won it and seeing you guys on the field, and just having that Brownsville Cup, and finally I think that was a monkey off the entire club's back, you know, and that's like 50 years tonight to say that's awesome.
What was your favorite Capilano moment?
I'd say the Irish tour in '73. We landed and when we get to Ireland, and the first team we played was Lansdowne, one of the top club sides in Ireland, and I think they underestimated it. Indeed, we ambushed them and we beat them pretty handily, and it was a fantastic game.
Awesome.
Great start for the tour.
Daniel, what was your favorite Capilano moment?
Well, I largely agree with both these sentiments, but you know, having been along with the entire development of the Klahani facility with these two, and also being on the field for every game on the '73 tour with John, so those are special. But to me, two specific moments that came from our original plan of development of the club was winning the first provincial championship for the Premier Men and then for the Premier Women. And in subsequent years, that was followed by repeat championships.
There's two moments for me. It's hard to pin it down to just one, as I said earlier. And the big one was 2004 Brownsville Cup Premier Championship. You know, I think there's a lot of years that were put in by a lot of coaches on the North Shore. We had so much success at a lot of other levels, juniors, third, seconds, first, and to finally win the Premier Championship was a pretty special moment to be a part of, and I think a big moment for the club. And the one that for me was homestands. You know, the home games on Saturdays were pretty special down here. I mean, it's just electric, the feeling that you had, you know, even if you're injured, sitting in the stands drinking, it's just so enjoyable on a Saturday. I came down here in grade 10 and, you know, being a part of it right from the beginning, I was like, wow, this is a pretty special place on a Saturday afternoon.
2004, I guess, was the biggest year for our club. So women's team winning the first championship, like provincial championship ever for the club. And then we're kind of thinking, oh, we broke the curse. Let's get the guys going, because you guys were already done with your semifinal and going into the final. So it was like really, like, I don't know, for me, myself, it was like nerve-wracking because, you know, like making that happen is like unbelievable moment, right? Like it's like, can't be better than that. Everybody winning, right? So.
What's my favorite Capilano moment? Well, my favorite Capilano moment probably happened Saturdays after home games down at Klahani Park in the dressing room, and sharing that first beer with your teammates and having a laugh, and just knowing that everybody in the room had given their all, and just a real special time for everybody who's been in there and knows what I'm talking about.
I think when my jersey was hung for the first time at Kingsman Stadium playing First Division, representing the Capilanos First 50, to go in there and have Alex hang your jersey was a huge deal. And then to get it hung for 12 years was pretty special. And a lot of guys went through it, and everybody knew when their jersey was hung, it meant something, that you were the top player for that day.
For me, it would probably be the Europe tour in 2012. specifically when the game in Barcelona was canceled and we had the Barcelona blowout. And many events happened, but we had a bus ride from Barcelona to France, and we got a Tim Bannister was reading a couple chapters from 50 Shades of Grey, and with his seductive voice and his demeanor, it really uplifted the spirits on the bus ride, especially the long bus ride. So it would have to be 50 Shades of Tim's beard.
It's probably a few off-field ones that better left unsaid, but my first year back here, having played at UBC before that, we beat UBC here at home for the Olmsted Cup. That was a big day, one that I really enjoyed.
Jess, what's your favorite Capilano moment?
My favorite Capilano moment most recently would have to have been the winning the Premier Championships this year provincially, and then having the opportunity to travel to Toronto and compete nationally. Obviously, the part of being able to compete as a team is a huge opportunity, but I think the part that stands out most is how amazing the community was. So we had players, ex-players, alumni, organizations, friends, family, and everybody really stepped up within a short amount of time to help us get there and win. And it's an amazing experience to see that people can come together for something like that.
Lindsay, what was your favorite Capilano moment?
I would have to say, I don't know the year because I have a shitty memory, but first div, undefeated year, early 2000s, and then we won the championship that year. And then I remember we had the post party at my parents' house, and I remember standing on the table and we were all singing, "We are the champions," and it was awesome.
Favorite Capilano moment? Gotta be 2012, winning the Roundsfeld lower field here. Awesome day. Barely remember the game other than Mike Langley kicking the ball sideways. Afterwards, Jan running on the field, tons of champagne. Like, I don't know how he got it out there that quick, but just hugging Charlie. I don't know how long we were out there for. It must have felt like an hour, felt like 2 hours. Finally getting back into the shed too. Sean Wilson, I don't know how much he had to drink, but he kind of slowly bent over to take his shoe off and then just tumbled right to the ground. A couple things I'll never forget from that day. It was awesome.